truth. You know, ladies and gentlemen, an important thing didn't happen on Saturday.
Oh my God, we're still here.
And, you know, I demand a full report.
No refund.
And there's really only one person who can come up here on the stage and give us that full report. Bishop Joey.
Bishop Joey!
Yeah!
Come on up here and give me a full report.
Rebuttal.
I want to know what the hell didn't happen on Saturday.
Hi there. Yeah, so The End of the World by Harold Camping.
Things that track Judgment Day, or his radio program, or teaching of any kind. They are hearing the teaching of any teaching of any kind. They are hearing the word of God.
So he's been doing it for 50 years.
Yeah.
And
you know, consistency though, you know?
Yeah, it is consistent, yeah. And he's got he's on a radio, he comes out of Family Radio, 290 Hagenberger Road as you head for the Oakland Airport. That's with this little radio station. Then he's syndicated for more than about 150 stations in the United States, and then he's sent all over the world. And he predicted the end of the world in '94, and that was a slight mistake. So he recalibrated, he forgot the book a day or some shit like that. And recalibrated, and then went for the, last Saturday, 6 o'clock. Wherever you are in the world, wherever it hits 6 p.m. It was all over. I mean, first there's the rapture. So all the kiss-ass Christians. How many kiss-ass Christians are in the audience?
Come on, Sean Connery's the only one.
Then they would all go to heaven, leave their piles of clothes. 5 months of tribulation would ensue where the world would turn to shit, not much different than it is now. October 21st, Jeebus would come back and walk on a sinner's bones and start a new kingdom. So we went down there. We had Mock the Prophet and a Prime the Rapture pump party. Brought a helium tank, a bunch of balloons. We had some inflatable sex dolls, sheep with orifices. The Phenomenons band showed up. Okay, so there was a couple so the office was closed, the radio station was closed. Harold Camping was at his house in Alameda, a very nice house in Alameda.
Hey.
And he was there with his family. So we got there about 4:30, and Puzzling Evidence has a wonderful videotape on his Puzzling Evidence TV on YouTube. You can see it, and we showed up, and there was a couple of kids there with kind of a vacant stare with a big sign that said, "Welcome, Harold Camping Friends." And then they were surrounded by a bunch of other Christians who were going to counsel all the people who were disappointed that they weren't going to be raptured. And then they were surrounded by bands of crazies. And we practiced a countdown several times. Previous to 6 o'clock, lift up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, we stopped at 1, practiced that several times. There were a dozen radio stations and TV stations there. There was a Swedish film, there was English, London.
But, Bishop Joey, is there anything that could have prepared us for the disappointment?
No, nothing. We were just, we had the balloons. We were going to help show the first church of the last laugh, which is the oldest religion in the world, largest church. You're already a member. You can't get out, but there's a lot of paperwork, and then there's that cavity search. So, so first church of the last laugh was there with its balloon deployment truck and inflating balloons. And at 6 o'clock we did the final countdown, and we let the balloons go to show the kiss-ass Christians which way to go. And we waited, and we tried it several times, and then we realized the countdown needed to be in Aramaic.
Oh, shit.
Well, how do who can foresee that? So we tried Latin, we tried Greek, nothing happened. So.
Well, is it possible that the rapture happened and just none of us were good enough to go? Like, no one... Like, what if we had a rapture and no one qualified, you know?
Well, you know, we waited around for, we gave it a 45, we gave it about a 60-minute, you know, there it is. But nothing happened. Now, there was a family that had driven out from Maryland across country with their 2 kids. They were there, and nothing happened. They hopped in their SUV and went back to Maryland.
Went back to Maryland. So happy.
So we had a good time, and we primed the rapture pump, and we mocked the prophet, and
mocked the prophet.
October 21st. So Harold Camping now, you know, he was flabbergasted that it didn't happen, which shows progress. It's like a step up from deluded, you know, flabbergasted. So he's saying now, the 21st of October, Jeebus is really coming back. That's the whole thing. So Jeebus will be coming back 21st, and we'll be in front of his radio station with as many Jeebuses as we can. We're going to have some song and dance, chorals, things. We're going to have a contest, you know, which one's the real Jesus, and then at the end we'll have a Donnybrook. I mean, just all the Jesuses beating the shit out of each other to determine who's the one true Jesus. So, Harold Camping, local grown, and a delight to have him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a full report by Bishop Joey of the church. The first church of the last laugh. 78% less dogma than your regular religion. October 21st, I'll be there. David Burger Road, I hope you'll join us. As we can give some kind of content for the press. Give Fox News something to complain about. It's our sworn duty. That's why we're here. That's why we all moved to San Francisco. So we give Fox News something to complain about.